You want this?
No. So there are a few news on YouTube which you might be familiar with, but I'm going to talk about them anyway. And I'm not really sure what's possible for you to use in Finland, because they are releasing beta versions like all over the globe in different times. So I'm not really sure how much you can actually work with it, but it could be interesting to just know about them. So as you know, YouTube is putting a lot of resources into coming up with new things around music. And one thing that I would recommend you to use is something called YouTube for Artists. So it's like a playbook for musicians or management or record labels to go to when it comes to how should you be present on YouTube. How should you work with your channel? Like SEO, the algorithm, how do I start a channel? What about content ID? What is that? And how can I work with that? And so on. So this is a really good place to start if you want to start with YouTube, or if you want to improve yourself on YouTube. Charts and Insight. This is this is stats from the music business. So they are working very close with IFPI, and they are working with like Spotify and using the stats that are coming from there, and also there are stats from YouTube itself, of course. So I think there's about 10,000 different artists. So you can see what kind of music is trending right now, or what genre is big. And this could be very useful if you're trying to find new artists, or if you're a cover artist and want to, like Eric said, like what kind of music is now, what kind of music should I work with? Being able to work with the algorithm, because if some song is very popular, it's good for you if you do a cover of this song and just go with the algorithm that is working right now. So this is a very good place if you want to get some inspiration and so on. And I would also say that if you... No, this is the next slide, this one. So YouTube Analytics for Artists, and also the reports that you can find in this segment on YouTube, which is connected to your own channel or your own rights. So here you can see, like, where is my fan base? Where should I go touring? Which radio stations in the world should I contact because I want to put my tour there, or whatever it could be. So this is a really good place to go if you want to deep dive into your own YouTube channel. As Eric said, like, do your research, analyze it. So I can really recommend this one. And the same theme as Eric said, work and act like a YouTuber. They know the platform, and you should just do it in your own way, but use the tools that are available on YouTube. And there's so much potential around this, and the platform is really a great place to connect with your fans in another way that is not really easy to do on other platforms. So here is from Alan Walker's YouTube channel, and we're on the tab community. And there are some new features here that you can actually, I think it's called the mention tab, the mention function. So you can really connect with each and every fan of yours. You can send them videos, they can send videos to you, you can give them a GFI, you can do, yeah. So it's really easy to connect with the fans and the artists. YouTube Music. I know that Finland was one of the one of the countries who had the beta version of YouTube Red. So I'm very happy they are not really working with that kind of platform anymore, that they launched YouTube Music instead. I really like this. There's one version who is ad financed, which is like just part of the original YouTube, and there's premium, the premium version, which is like you pay like a subscription premium version. You can use it as Spotify, so you can download, you can put the mobile phone on, you can do so much more on YouTube Music in the premium version. It has not been cannibalizing on the ad space part of YouTube. We see more people consuming music than ever. It's just another revenue stream that we haven't seen before. So it's really nice to look at this. It's hard to say if it's a success or not yet, but it's very, very big in US, part of Asia, Brazil is one of the countries that is really successful, and in Sweden. So I think we need to just sit tight and evaluate this in a few more months to see if it's a good thing or if it's not. And I know that Google is improving YouTube Music all along. Official artist channel. This is something that I really like. This is a merge of like everything on YouTube. So Eric showed you a Vivo channel. The Vivo channel is merged into the OIC channel, and the regular artist channel is merged into this OIC channel. So everything is put together. So you can go to just one place and find all the videos that you want to see and have a look at. I think it's a really brilliant way when you want to have the whole picture, the whole frame of an artist. And you recognize an official artist channel by looking at the note after the name of each. There's a note, and then you know it's an official artist channel. And all the stats is put together, so it's very easy to see what does the Vivo material bring in, and the other stuff, and what kind of music or content should I put my thoughts and my effort into, and so on. So it's a very good place for the artist to evaluate what kind of content and music I should do even more. Okay, so I threw in Facebook Watch here. I just want to mention it because it's like all connected. So Facebook Watch it's material that is produced by Facebookers to Facebook. So it's original content from the Facebook platform. I think it's a 45-55 split there, the same as for YouTube. So why is this interesting? Well, it's interesting because they're gonna focus more on the content that are on YouTube. And more content means more music, which means more rights. Which I think is a very good thing, especially now when Facebook has really put their thoughts and money into rights management system. It's in the very, very early beginning. It's not the very most sophisticated system yet, but it's a good try, it's a good start. So you can't really monetize it yet. You can only block or track the material that is copied by a rights owner. But it's a good start, and it's going to be so much fun to see where this is going to. And as Eric said, take control of your rights. It's not on YouTube, it's on every platform. I want to talk about some really nice features when it comes to ads. So, like 3 months ago, you were able to, or let's say venue owner, they could advertise for like a concert, or an artist could advertise for their merch. And I, as a consumer, pushed this card that they had put up on the video. I pushed it, and you had to go to a third-party platform, which is not good for the watch time, which Eric was talking about. But now YouTube has launched. It's called like ads, video, advertiser, something, which means that you can go in there as an advertiser, buy a card, and you can advertise for a concert or for a show or merch or whatever. But you do the actual buying on that on YouTube, which is really good for the watch time. So this is something that we are really hoping to increase even more. And it's very good for the artist and the channel owners. And we also had a campaign just ended like 2 weeks ago. So there was one of our artists was going out on a tour, and the venues bought ad space from us. And what happened? They placed their advertisement, their campaign, their video on that artist's channel. And who are watching on that artist's channels? Well, those who would like to go to the concert. So there was a win-win for everyone, like the artists sold out, the venues sold out, and also the advertising money that came in for this campaign were going back to the artists. So it was a really win-win situation. So you can really work a really good way here, and it's so into the actual target, which can be hard sometimes to reach. Because in Sweden it's very popular to all do these posters out on the streets and so on. It's nice, it's a good thing, but I know that this kind of advertisement is really, really working. So Article 13. I know this is something that discusses a lot. I also know that there are a lot of misunderstandings around this. I really like this one, but there are so many questions marks yet. So the referendum, this went through, and I know that Google is putting out, or YouTube is putting out a lot of propaganda about this. I saw something that they were saying that hundreds of thousands jobs in Europe is threatened. I have had some conversations with Google, and they looking into this as a worst case scenario, and they are, as you all, maybe you all know this, but the actual law isn't written down yet, so we don't really know how this will be phrased or what will actually happen. But I think that I know that many people are thinking about what about the safe harbor? What will happen with safe harbor? There's nothing in the text. I have looked through a lot of text from the parliament. There's nothing about safe harbor. So my point of view is that will not be affected. But that is just a guess from me, but it's a strong guess. We have been talking to Google, as I said, and we're also talking to European Parliament politicians to get a more understanding of this. And me and our CEO is also participating in an advisory board at Google. So we will see what's happening around this. I think the whole law will be written down, I think, in spring sometime, and then there will be 2 years before all the member countries will have to implement this law. So I'm hopeful. I don't think it will be something that will frighten or put the free platforms on any risks. And we are super happy about this, actually, because our CEO was in the STIM, the Swedish version of Tiesto, just to really highlight that there are so many people that are talking about this and don't have a clue around what's going on and what happened and so on. And there's so many people are looking into this as a worst case scenario. I think this is a great thing because Facebook will really have to hurry up with the rights management tool. And the SoundCloud just invested in, I think it's called Dubset, a rights management tool as well. And I think this will push the big platforms who are making a lot of money on other people's content and rights. So I think this will be a good thing to push them even further, and also to push the PROs, or push YouTube into agreements with PROs and other type of rights owner or rights administrators. Yeah, I hope I didn't offend anyone regarding this. So I just want to leave you with 3 best practices. Polsky, the guy to the left, he is a gamer within our network. He did a live stream on YouTube, and he was gaming around, and then he had some music in the background. It was Rammstein, and all the comments in the live stream section was about the music. It was like, oh my God, this is such a cool music. What's the name of the band? What kind of music do they do? Can you give me some recommendation on other songs and so on? But the bad thing was that the music company who owned the rights to the master recording, they shut the live stream down, which is very bad, which is very sad, because that is not how you should work with YouTube as a platform. You should see it as a perfect platform to reach out to new targets. I would say that. So play along with YouTube. And if you need any suggestions or advice around it, you can come to us later on. And then we had Erling. These guys really know how to play along with the platform. So he let people use his music. He's a producer and DJ. He let the big influencer use his music, as long as they give him credits in the description. So they should say like, "Thank you, Erling, for making me for having me using this music. Here are the links to Spotify, his own YouTube channel, and so on." And that is like, the music is so used, it's super big. No one knows who he is, but the music is very widely spread, which has affected Spotify because he's really big there as well. And that is where he actually makes the revenues. And I repeat myself, and I repeat Eric's words too. Take control of your rights. If you don't do that, other people can make money on your own rights. And don't do a Lady Gaga poker face, because there could be a lot of money that just going away. Yeah, so that's everything from us. Do you have any questions? Yes.
Yeah. Thanks. My name is Hans Grenholm. I have uploaded my album in iTunes and Spotify, but I think it's free in YouTube. Can it be possible? And how about the ads? Who take the money?
Yeah, that's a very general question. I think me or someone in my team should look into that, because it could be so many different reasons for why it's not monetizing. So I think maybe we could speak afterwards and we have a look.